welcome back to the channel. I have returned and the adventure continues. The last episode was in November, so you probably need a bit of a refresher. Last time we were here, I started on a massive build under this very plot of land, my new villager trade center. But I halted progress because for some stupid reason, I decided that I needed night vision goggles. Upon coming to that realization, I stopped construction. And here we are, 2 months later and starting out by looking for a desert. I never realized how underrated elytra are until I have to run somewhere. I was searching for about 2 hours until I finally decided to use my creative mode tactic. If you don't remember, I'll explain it later on. After that, I work on some villager breeder stuff and a little community hut for villagers. I'll explain more as we go. Let's get started. Okay, to start off, we are at the spider spawner to replenish some of my materials. And then I decided to name my shield adamantine. That is the strongest metal in the world, I'm pretty sure. And then I repair all of my armor. It's a long trip, so it's best to have it at, max health. Here am I getting food? I went to go get arrows, but then I realized that the Fletcher that I had traded with, I didn't get an arrow trade, so I had to breed chickens. And I didn't get very many, sadly. And then I gather more food. Once again, I'm searching. I don't know precisely where it is, so I'm stuck searching for it. I do a little dance because I'm excited, I suppose. I make some torches, and then the last thing I do before I leave is make a waypoint so I know where home is. Originally, in Minecraft, you have to use a map. But with this, almost forgot about this part. I fell into some powdered snow, and I thought I had fallen like multiple blocks down, but it was only a few blocks. And as you can see, I'm panicking, and I didn't know what to do. I think it was only either 1 block or 2 blocks. I think it's only 1 block. Yeah, I only fell 1 block. I thought it fell multiple blocks, but it's only 1. I freaked myself out because I didn't know what to do, and I was trying to break it with, I think, my sword. I'm making sure that there's nothing else and no more powdered snow in my path. And I'm just like looking up the mountain because I want to, currently to the day, I have not climbed that mountain. And then I come upon this really, really pretty like ravine, I guess that's what it is. After boating for a little bit, I found a village. I didn't spend very much time in it because I had to keep moving. But after I decided I had to keep moving, I found a drowned that had a trident. Sadly, I do not get the trident, but I decided to play with him for a little bit. As you can see, I'm still a scaredy cat. I'm being very, very slow about this. After killing the drowned, I did not get the trident. More showed up, and then, as you can see over there to the right, a horde of zombies appeared out of nowhere. So I left. Upon leaving, I found another village. The village right there on the right is the village I was just at. Being the scaredy cat I am, I decided to spend the night in a little house with another villager. I wasn't watching him sleep, I swear. I was on my phone. Then I do a little bit of running, and I found another really beautiful piece of scenery. I always check the water before I go in. I either check the water or I check if there's a place for me to climb up like that. And I got a pass, and I ran some more. This mountain is like really pretty. Waiting out the night again, I dug a little hole in, like a hole inside of a hole, and used a plank to make sure I could see the sky. Then I found this really deep looking cave. It goes much deeper than it looks. I've been in it already. I give it a name so I can teleport to it later. I don't know if you know I could do that, but I can teleport with the waypoints. MLG water bucket, let's go. After finding I don't actually know what this biome is called. I think it's called Ice Spike or something. I spent another night in a random house in a village that I found. And then I found, right after, the next morning, I found another cave. I'm not sure if I've explored that one yet. I probably have. I'll have to go check. But that one, it wasn't much deep either. I'm pretty sure I explored it. I really don't remember. I create a second waypoint. I name it like the first one, but I put like number 2, so I know it's the second one that I need to go look at. I called him come explore me. It's so stupid. I'm a slow typer. Afterwards, I do a bit more running. I sped this up because I thought it was funny hearing me run for like, I think it's 2 minutes that I reduced it to, or something a little faster. But I found it very funny. All I'm doing is running, but my footsteps are hilarious. I thought this little river was kind of cute too. Although I really do not remember where I am. I thought about exploring that, but then like that's not my main mission here. So I kept swimming on. I found another village. I clipped it out, but I traded with some of the villagers for arrows. And then without paying attention, it turned daytime and I was still in that little house. So yeah, shows how much I pay attention. I found a snowy biome or tundra. I don't remember the name. I just call it a snowy biome. And I explored that for a little bit. I tried ice boating. As you can see, I am failing. A lot of YouTubers can like ice boat, or like they showed boating on ice was like super fast. I'm like, okay, this could be like a cool way to get out of this biome, but I can't even control the boat. I'm swerving every which way. I can't look straight. And I almost do a complete 360 right there. I crash. Immediately after I crash, I give up. Give it a second. There we go. I crash. And then I'm just like, okay, I'll run. Because running's just as fast, right? After running for just like probably half a minute, I come upon another ruined portal, and I take the crying obsidian. I don't know if this is I don't know if that was when I got the achievement. I don't remember. And then it turned night again, so I found another ice spike biome. Or I went back to the same one. Oh, right, I turned around. I'm remembering now. I turned around because I wasn't finding anything in the direction that I was going, so I turned around. I went back to that same ice spike biome. And I chilled out for the night. Funny thing, I was trying to boat away the next morning and accidentally got a baby polar bear in my boat. And I kind of just left it. Yeah, I left it in the boat. I wonder if it's still there. After running around for a little while longer, I found a swamp biome and I got this shipwreck chest. And for some reason, I wanted to breed some turtles, even though I had turtles back home. After breeding them, I decided to follow around the pregnant turtle. It may look dangerous what I'm doing. I'm not gonna attack her or anything. I just was following her so I could get the eggs. I don't know why I decided to do this now, but okay. After following her around for a while, she decided to get up on the bank, or I think that's what that called. She got up on the beach, and I kind of sat with her for a while, waiting for her to lay her eggs. I didn't know what the sign was, so I was just chilling out, sitting there watching her while it was raining. So, ow, hit my hand. And then she started doing this, so I thought, is that a sign? Is she doing her egg thing? And she did. And I didn't notice that her shell got bigger until like right after she laid her eggs and the shell got smaller. So I'm trying to move her carefully without crushing the eggs, because I've seen that happen before and I didn't want to crush the eggs, so I freaked out. And I'm trying to like shuffle her to the side a little bit. And I use my pickaxe to break them. That sound is ear-curdling. I hate it. This is when, while I'm waiting for the night to pass, this is when I decided to do my creative mode tactic. I'm about to say another tactic. So my creative mode tactic is I will make a copy of the world. I'll go into the files, make a copy of the world. On that copy, I will go into creative. This is like an old save file. In that copy, I'll go into creative, find what I need, write down the coordinates, and then go back to the original file and go to those coordinates. Now this is an old save, so this is farther back than where we where we are in the time of the recording. As you can see, I don't have my house. That's how far back we are. And we're even further back because there's no sugarcane farm, there's no See, this is just me starting out with my villager trade center. So after dilly-dallying for a little bit, I do this cheat called biome locate, and then if I type in my name and then click on the coordinates that they've given me, I will teleport to that biome. Now, I thought I was in the wrong place because I ended up underwater in a coral reef. I did it again, but I cut it out. And I ended up on this beach. Excuse me. They've identified this beach as a desert, so I just like went with it. And seeing as how crowded it is in the middle of the night, I decided to wait till morning to go again. Waiting out the morning again in my little hut that I've made out of the remnants of the shipwreck. Once morning hit, I immediately started boating towards those coordinates. I usually follow one. I'll follow either the X or the Z, and then I'll turn to follow the vice versa. After I get there, it took me like 8 minutes. The sun was already going down, so I rushed to make my little hut. I didn't have enough wood, so I chopped a tree down. Look at my little guy running, or girl, whoops. I chopped a tree down and waited out the night again. I usually use slabs so I can see like when it's turning daytime instead of like a whole block. After it turned daytime, I collected some cacti and then played with the rabbits, if you can consider that playing with them. It was target practice. As inhumane as it sounded, it was target practice. I didn't know what to break them with, so I bought out a pair of shears. That didn't go very well, so I just went back to my axe. And after collecting them for a while, I noticed how cool the reef looked, so I went underwater, and it actually looked really pretty, because when I first teleported there, I didn't get a second to look at it. Also, the underwater ambient noises are scary. I gave it a waypoint so I could teleport there later, to go fishing, and then I teleport home. Mission successful. I've gotten what I needed. I had to wait for the world to load in a little bit though. After that, I decided to play with my map a little bit to see if I can it would be easier for me to find certain things. It didn't work out. I just played with some of the settings a little bit, not finding what I actually needed. Afterwards, I smelted the cacti so I can make my night vision goggles. And now I actually have a reason to use the night vision goggles because I found 2 caves that are very big and very deep. Wow. Okay. As you can see, there's another version of them that I could make with diamonds, but I didn't make it because there was no reason to. And that's with them on. After that, I decided to name my pickaxes because I was getting them confused all the time. So I named my first one Hephaestus. That is the god of forgery and blacksmithing. That's my main pickaxe. In one of my old worlds from my PlayStation games, I named my pick. I didn't get to. The only tool I named was my sword, and I named her Athena. So when I started playing on PC, I decided to give all of my equipment names. So my pickaxe name is Hephaestus, which is my main pickaxe that has fortune on it. Then the one with silk touch on it I named it one of Hephaestus' children. Wow, that was a hard word to say. Escula, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that was my second main pickaxe. I don't know what enchantment I was looking for. I can't remember. But after that, I just started to gather materials for my villager breeders. Now, I was following a tutorial while doing this, and I'm gonna cut out most of it. Hold on, give it a second. We're gonna enjoy this little bit right here with the furnaces. Okay, back to what I was saying. I completely cut out while I'm building the breeders because for one, it took too long, and for two, I did not want to show it. But I'm gonna show it like this in the progress for my little tower. So far, it's naked. There's nothing there. But the first night that I was finishing up building them, I got attacked by a horde of zombies. And I didn't notice that they were there until I closed my menu and saw them. So I started to run to my old breeder, and it has like a staircase up it. So I jumped all the way up, and then I blocked it off with glass so they couldn't like follow me. I know it's not a lot of them, but once again, I am a scaredy cat, so at least I didn't cut off the monsters, right? After a while, they started like knocking each other off of the staircase. I didn't know what else to do, so I put myself in a glass box thinking that it would, what's the right word? Oh, they wouldn't aggro on me anymore. But after being in my glass box for a second, I saw that, what's it called again? Subtitles or something? I don't remember what they're called. But I saw the thingy for the phantom, so I'm like, okay, I guess I should go to sleep then. And I break the glass and the trapdoor, I break the trapdoor. So I go to sleep, so not only will the zombies die in the sunlight, but the phantoms as well. So the next night, I have finished all 3 breeders and put the villagers inside. I had to put the villagers aside, the villagers that were newts, or nitwits, I don't know why I said newts. Nitwits, I put them aside so I could put them in the breeders later on when they were finished. Wandering villager. I did not know this, but they drink invisibility potions at night so they don't, get hurt. After I was done with that, like breaking the glass around the extra glass around the breeders, I break this down and I thought it was another horde, but it was only like 3 of them. So I panicked for nothing, and I fight them off with my the knockback on that is incredible. Like seriously. So I kill all of them off. I'm pretty sure a baby zombie comes on later on. I don't remember. And I finish up the work that I was doing. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but they're all finished. On the breeder, they have, so how it works is there are 4 beds, and then there are 2 villagers in the thing. The baby villager will drop down the glass chute, and then underneath I will put a railway system that will lead into that little hut. That little hut is going to be where the villager will go when they're like, when they're babies. They'll like come down the chute. I'll use a minecart on a railway system to lead them into the little hut. And then when they get bigger, I'll take them over to their hole, which will have their worker block at the bottom. And they'll grow up, or no, they'll get their occupation and then I'll trade with them. After I trade with them, I'll break the trapdoor that's over their worker block and they'll fall and the worker block will be in front of them. You've seen it before. You know how it works. But after that, the first baby villager that I get, I don't know why I didn't wait till he was fully grown, but I put him in that little dirt mound. I don't know. But I put him in the little dirt mound until he was big enough. And later on, I finally put him on. I'm pretty sure I put him as a Fletcher. And we are officially done with episode 11. I hope you like the new thumbnail. I mentioned that I would be working on villager stuff, but the central point of that is building. And since I do most of my build testing on a Super Flat World and Creative, I decided to make a goddess persona. And I like the way she turned out. This is also the new outro. It's my Super Flat building site. There are 2 versions, this one and a rain one. I'll use the rain one every once in a while, but I'll start with this one. I decided to represent the world via a purple shulker box. The last thing before I go, I put the link to the tutorial of the villager breeders in the description, so I hope it's helpful. As always, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd love you to leave a comment about what you liked and tell me what you'd like to see next time. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you know when my next video is, and check out some of the others I've already done. I'll see you guys in our next siege. Bye-bye!